I don't know. I didn't think I would even be
This
at.
year though, did you say to yourself you were going to make it to nationals? Oh, like
Yes,
did you know you were gonna go already
yes,
before the season?
yes. I spoke into this every day. Like last year, like I was a national qualifier. I was there, but so many things happened that like I was blocked. But I feel like God was like, okay, you're not ready for this yet. I'm gonna wait, and like next year it's gonna be you. But this year, like I literally manifested every day. I literally told myself, I stopped saying, "Oh, if I make it to nationals, if I do this." Instead, I started saying, I am going to, and when I do this, I am going to do this. Instead of saying if.
I just had to hop up my brother told me up in my bag, yeah. They don't show you love, but so what? They don't show you love, but so what? I just had to learn to love myself, yeah. To say the least, I came from the bottom when they didn't believe. It started with hope of some things I ain't see. Don't ever look down on trials and tribulations. That's a bump, it's not a defeat. I see that they hate, so I had to level up. This is my purpose, so why would I give it up? I'm trying to run it up.
They don't know you. You know what I'm saying? They don't know who you are. I tell everybody I am Dino. I am, you know what I'm saying, an athlete. I am an entrepreneur. I am an influencer. So waking up and saying I am, looking yourself in the mirror and telling yourself who you are and what you can do before you come out here is essential. Because now it doesn't matter what happens in practice, what happens in school, the classroom when you go home. Because you know exactly where you're trying to be. Not today, but down the line. Because that's what we're fighting for. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
They tell me I love all.
All right, the people. Because everybody want to know what my skincare routine is all of a sudden. All right, so
Yes.
wait, camera over here. We cleanse with Keys. This is by Alicia Keys. She has her own skincare line, so it is black owned. So go get it, okay? This is the Golden Cleanse. That's what it's called. Let me help y'all see this. I'm trying to do it where y'all can see this bottle.
Yeah, I was
So
about to say like I've never seen that before. It's cool.
yes, this is her. She has a line of skincare products. I actually got put on to her skincare because my skin was so bad at one point. Like I literally had, I don't know, my skin just started acting up. So I
What in
cleansed
high
with that.
school?
No, it was like this literally happened last year. I could not understand why I was breaking out so bad, but
Mm-hmm.
obviously it came from a product that I guess my skin didn't like, or it was aggravating it. So this has turmeric in it. I'm not sure you know about turmeric and its properties.
Is it?
Yeah, so it's really good. Turmeric is very calming for your skin. So that's part of the reason why my skin has like gotten really much like so much better. So I use this every night and day. And then we have this glycerin and rose water from the heritage store. I really love them. So I mean I think this is more like a toner. It's like a facial misting, hydrating kind of thing. So I use this every day as well, morning and night. Um, what can I say about this that I know? It does make your skin really glowy though. A lot of people ask me why my skin looks so glowy and everything. It's definitely
You don't put oil on your skin? What do you put
huh?
on your skin after you wash it? Lotion?
Okay, I'm getting to that. You gotta get all the products to know. Okay. So the next thing, which is also very organic and good for your skin, I use the Ordinary. If you heard them, they're like a really organic brand. This is the 100% plant derived squalene, and yeah, I use this every day, literally. Um, yeah, I
What do you
use
do? Drop it in your hands?
yeah. So I'm gonna show you. So it like this is a dropper. So you literally
Yeah.
would put it to your face and drop like you don't even need a lot. At most you need like this much. And the bottle lasts I want to say it lasts at least a month and a half for at like as small as it is. And all these products are affordable. If I was to go buy all three of these together, I think it's like because this is 10, I think. I think.
Okay.
It might be 20. I'm not actually sure. But
I'll
it's
give
very
that as
affordable.
max, but
Look, under $50. I was trying to say. Okay. Under 50.
Wait, but that oil that you drop in, is that what like you put on your
Yes, this is my moisturizer. This is the only thing I use to moisturize my
Okay.
skin, and this is very different from what I used to use. All these products are different from what my skincare routine used to look like. I used to use a cream, and that was like it made my skin clog up, so I could not. I could not.
I need a
This
moisturizer. The moisturizer that makes my
this
skin.
is water based. This is water based. If you need any
It's
skincare routine,
what?
water based.
Water based? What is that even like?
So like it means that the main product in this is water.
Isn't that with everything though?
No, it's actually not. A lot of products contain alcohol.
I'm pretty sure every product has more water
But I'm
than.
just saying, no, a lot of products do really contain alcohol, which is why a lot of people with dry skin end up with even more dry skin because the product isn't for them. They
Oh
need more.
yeah, that.
Right. You need more of a moisturizing, hydrating skincare routine if you have dry skin. And if you have oily skin, then you need something that's a little bit less aggressive, in terms of washing your face. But I feel like this cleanser is overall good for anybody. Like
It's so
just
interesting too, because I remember like when I'm practicing and it's like my face would be fine, and then when you practice like you have like 2 practices a day and stuff, it's like the stuff with your skin, you be having to wash your face like before practice, after practice, then you go to class, then you have practice again, then you gotta do
yeah.
well maybe some
I
different
definitely
stuff.
get it. I really didn't know how to balance that at first. But with the products I've been using, I literally only wash my face twice a day in the morning and at night. And then other times I just wash it off with water and then maybe reapply my moisturizer because all the other products have sunken into my skin at that point. But if you actually needed to wash your face again, it wouldn't hurt you to use this again, just because of the products it has in it.
You don't use do you use
Say
one?
again.
Do you use a spin brush?
I how do you know that?
Yo, I use a spin brush. Like it's like if you into the, you know what I'm saying?
Hold on now. Hold on now. I do use a spin brush, and it's funny that you mentioned that. Just because I didn't know if I should mention I use a spin brush, but okay. The thing is, I use a spin brush once a week because a spin brush is a type of exfoliation. And you only want to exfoliate your skin once a week. You don't want to over exfoliate that because then it starts breaking your skin, and then the barrier of your skin becomes very sensitive, and that's when you get breakouts. Because
There was
yeah,
one time I used, so I had gotten a brand new spin brush and I was doing a video for Instagram. Doing it, and then I realized I was like, damn, there's not enough suds. Like, normally I would stop, but I kept doing it, right? On video, turn the video off. I'm like, why does my skin feel like it's like burning? And I'm touching my skin, and it's literally like almost like the skin was like not on there. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm not doing that. Too
no, okay. So I think what happened in that scenario was that you use a brush head that was not for your skin type. If you have sensitive skin, you need to use a brush that is softer as opposed
I
to
like
one
the
that.
hard brush though. I want to feel like it's
Oh,
like pressing. I want to feel like it's like pressing. Like the soft one is so like childish. Like
but look, you have to understand what your skin likes if you want to actually treat it well, And
yeah,
obviously, the brush wasn't not treating you well. It is, the skincare brush I have now, a company actually sent me this brush. And when I tell you, I'm so in love with this brush. Like, even though I don't use it once a week, like, it makes my skin feel so soft after I use it. I think I did have a code. I did have a code for that brush, but I don't even know if it still works.
yeah. Where your
But,
code at? They gonna go ahead and buy it. Where the code at?
but hold on, let me look it up because I have a YouTube. You probably know that by now because you've been on my
Listen,
page.
listen. We got into all of this and we didn't even introduce you. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and let people know who you are.
Hey y'all. Y'all, I'm on a battle. If you haven't seen my page yet, then what you doing? What you doing? You need to go
You
over there
gotta
and
catch
subscribe.
up.
Look, you need to go there and subscribe right now because you don't want to miss out on no more videos. It's funny because I'm actually putting out the NCAA vlog from when I actually went to nationals. So go subscribe right now so you guys can check that out tomorrow because I'm actually putting it out tomorrow. Yeah, y'all can find me really using my name right here, Monet Battle.
YouTube.
Huh?
When did you start YouTube?
I literally just started YouTube like last year. It's been about a year since I've been on YouTube legitly, like working on it, you know. And it's been really fun, but of course it's really hard with like doing sports and having time to do the uploads and editing and the video recording
Editing
and take
is the hard everything.
exactly. I need the people to know how much work actually goes into being a media influencer. It's not a play job. Like this is something you have to actually plan and manage with your daily life. And my daily life is being a student athlete. So y'all can imagine how frustrating it can be.
You ain't tell us what event you do.
Okay. Okay, I do my main event is high jump. That is primarily what I do. That's what I started with when I first started track. So I'm always going to do it. I now do long jump and I also do javelin. I've been doing javelin for about 2 to 3 years now, but I just literally started long jump.
Never in my life heard of somebody jumping in doing javelin. That's lit, honestly.
You know, I actually did discus in high school, so I've always like loved throwing. I guess I just didn't really know it until I got to college. If I had the chance now, I would still throw discus. I think just because I really liked it, and it didn't take me that long to learn it. I just feel like when you have a lot of versatility, that you're able to learn anything as long as you put your mind to it. You know, so
Yeah. But
yeah.
wait, so listen, you was popping at in high jump. Were you always good at high jump, like even in high school when you first started?
I have always had like a very deep connection to high jump, and I still don't understand why why I was able to do it like that, and I've been doing high jump for a while now just because I'm in college now, but I didn't start high jump until my freshman year of high school. I didn't even know high jump was a thing. Okay, so the story of how I even became a high jumper in the first place is from my high school coach. She was like, "Okay, I just want you to come out and try it out."
Yeah.
I went out there, took my little stuff out there, threw my little stuff over the bar. I was like, "Oh, this easy. It's
Yeah.
easy." And, I mean, from there it was only up because I went to state all 4 years when I was in high school. My first
Sheesh.
my first year
Wait, where are you? Wait, were you born and raised in Georgia?
I was I was
Okay, okay.
yes. I don't know. You probably don't know where College Park, Georgia is, but it's basically Atlanta.
College Park?
Hmm. So I
Yeah.
originally went to North Clayton High School, and everybody calls it the ghetto school. But I mean, when I
What
was
is it
there,
called?
the ghetto school.
Okay.
But but when I was there, it wasn't like that. We had true athletes that were very good at what they did. Now I don't know what to say about it. Hopefully, they still working hard,
You don't
But
know what they're doing over there?
child, I ain't been back there in a minute. I ain't been.
Nah, I do.
I'm an alumni now, but I haven't had time to walk my little stuff back over there. Even though I live down the street, we're not gonna talk about that.
Did you know? Did you like when you were starting high? Did you want to go to college? Was that your dream? Like I'm about to just flex and go to college.
Why does it seem like you're reading my mind right now?
Yo, listen, I do this.
Yo, okay,
Shout out Virgos out there. Virgos read minds. Virgos are. Yeah. Shout out to
okay,
Virgos.
okay. Well, no, doing track and field in college was not my dream. I actually played 3 sports in high school.
Okay.
My main sport was basketball, so I trained my life away for basketball. Like I started training for basketball like my 8th grade year, and I got really good at it. I'm still good at it, but um I think God just pushed me towards track. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why, but before I do that, like yes, I originally played basketball. My dream was to become a WNBA player. So yeah, you can see how far that went left.
How
But
tall are you?
I Baby, I can't even tell you how tall I am no more because I got people around me telling me they 5'10". I'm like, that's the case. I'm already 6 feet because my I'm just saying my coach is 5'9". Then I have another teammate that's taller than her. So I'm pretty sure she's 5'10", but I'm taller than her. So at this point, I think I've grown and now I'm 6 feet.
I feel it.
I I, I don't, but I'm tall. I'm tall. If you can't even see me, but I'm tall. But yeah, so I wanted to be in the WNBA. Like, I think that would have been a cool dream, but then I feel like I came to the realization that I didn't want to put my body on the line to get beat up every day to play basketball like for a long time. I don't know.
Do you feel like basketball was harder than track? Like I
Oh
feel
my
like
god,
I
no!
actually don't know.
Basketball is probably the easiest thing compared to track, man. And I mean, I had this conversation with my aunt as well. And sometimes I feel like she feels like I chose the easy way out because I didn't continue to pursue basketball. But honestly, if you ask me, I chose the hardest road ever. If that don't speak volumes, I don't know what do. Because who in their right mind would just like if they had the opportunity to do two other sports, they would choose track. But yeah, like our journey has been very, very long until this point. Like I didn't think I would become like a national contender, a national qualifier, anything. Um, even I don't know. I didn't think I would
Even
even be
this
at.
year though, did you say to yourself you were going to make it to nationals? Oh, like did
Yes,
you know you were gonna go already
yes,
before the season?
yes. I spoke into existence every day. Like last year, like I was a national qualifier. I was there, but so many things happened that like I was blocked. But I feel like God was like, okay, you're not ready for this yet. I'm gonna wait and like next year it's gonna be you. But this year, like I literally manifested every day. I literally told myself, I stopped saying, "Oh, if I make it to nationals, if I do this." Instead, I started saying, I am going to, and when I do this, I am going to do this instead of saying if, because I feel
Mhm.
like when I say if, that is making it to a point where I'm just like giving it a 50-50 chance that I make it instead of actually believing that I'm 100% going to make it, like if that makes sense.
That is literally the mindset that I had the first year I went to nationals. Like my roommate had told me, like, "What's your goal?" And I was like, "My goal is to make it to nationals." And she was like, "Your goal is just to make the nationals?" She said, "I already know I'm gonna get there. My goal is to win." She was like, "If you don't know you're gonna go there, you're not gonna get there. Like you're already gonna get there. Now we're training for you to win nationals." You know what I'm saying? So then, what
Most
literally
definitely.
that mindset, I take it the rest of my life in everything that I do. Literally.
I definitely feel it now. Like I understand what manifestation actually is now and how it kind of works. And I feel like if I continue to do that, going into the next nationals, then I could do something really big. Um, I have a meet coming up this weekend, so this is my first meet back with high jump. Just because I've been taking like a small break after doing nationals indoor or whatever, and I've
Mm-hmm.
been. It's funny because I've been like not really battling injuries, but trying to prevent injuries. Because as soon as I came back, I was supposed to compete the next meet at the nationals, but I guess God was like, no, sit down because I ended up being in the boot for like a week because my trainers thought that they might have found a scratch fracture early on my jump leg, so I was sitting out for a week, and then the next week rolled around and I went to long jump and like I'm still dealing with it now, but I had like a I guess a first degree strain on my hamstring on my jump leg. So it's just like it's just like that's what you're trying to tell me. Like
I do know, like, even with you saying that, the beginning of the season matters so little. Like I realized, because I remember there were so many big meets in the beginning of the season, and I would never be able to go. For some reason, they didn't take me to Texas relays. I didn't go to the big meets in the beginning of the season. But coming from nationals, it's okay because you've already had the championship experience, so you already like are in that mode. So then the next meet, like you could get honestly as much time because you're already in that mode. So when you compete again, you'll be literally like 100%. And it's not bad. Like you have conference regionals for an elite jumper like yourself who's already been to nationals. I feel as you really don't need that many meets to perform your best at nationals. In my
Right. Right. I definitely believe that just because this year I actually have the time to PR because last year, like the way that I was getting, let's say the way I was getting training wasn't optimal for me. So I ended up being burned out before I could actually like PR and like I had the chance. I literally like when I told you the chance to go to nationals was within my grasp, and it like literally slipped away for outdoor. Like it was so crazy. Like I can't remember if I tried it or not, but I literally went to one of the last chance meets, and when I tell you I jumped the bar that I needed to go to nationals the day before I was supposed to actually jump it, that that had me very upset. Like I was very upset, and I should have known in my mind not to do that type of practice before I jumped because then the next day I wasn't able to perform to my best ability. So I made it like a mental note for me to have a good amount of days of rest before I actually compete. Like that's helped me so much this season to compete
mm-hmm.
how I want to because not if I feel physically rested, then I'm also mentally rested so that when I get to the meet, then I know my body is ready to perform.
Yeah. What do you
Yeah.
feel like is the difference, I guess, between you going to nationals and doing good and not going to nationals? Like as far as practice wise, like because there's people jumping who aren't going to nationals. So what do you feel like has made a difference between nationals and now going?
In terms of you said practice, right?
Yeah, in terms of like practice, I guess maybe things you eat, it could be everything, you know what I'm saying? Like literally all
Okay.
of it matters.
So I mean, I like my mindset. Like I said, my mindset this year has like changed. Like I'm just like changed by like a large margin. The way I train compared to this year is totally different. I literally I literally only jump one day out of the week for real. Like and other days we live 3 days a week. So
Mm-hmm.
we live on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, as opposed to lifting twice. I no, did we maybe I think maybe we lifted 3 times last week. I mean last year, but there was a point where we was only lifting two times a week. But I compared to last year, I used to jump so much more, but this year I only jump once a week. And like I said, I also get 1 to 2 rest days before I jump competitively, so that I'm mentally ready as well. And I think that made it for me when I went to nationals because I mean this nationals was kind of like I've been on big stages before, so it didn't shake me when I went. Like I was prepared, but I
Yeah.
think the thing that did shake me that I was unprepared for was that when I got there, my coach wasn't able to practice with me the couple days leading up to nationals, so that had me worried, of course. But then when I got there, we had a practice, and I was kind of upset because this was kind of hurting my 2 days of rest that I would usually get, like
Mm-hmm.
my routine. So I ended up literally practicing that Wednesday that we got there. It was a when I say a S practice, it was a terrible practice. Like I'm talking about I didn't clear nothing. I mean I'm not saying that's unusual in practice. In practice, it's not unusual,
Mm-hmm.
but like I had zero bounce. My legs felt dead.
Mhm.
Like I just wasn't mentally there because I wasn't used to practicing in front of people that I don't know, you know. So it was kind of uncomfortable. Like they watching you trying to see if you gonna mess up, and like that didn't it didn't shake me, but like in my
I
subconscious,
know
I'm like,
exactly what you're talking about, though. I know
yeah,
exactly
I'm
what you're
like
talking about.
I'm like in my subconscious, I'm like, dang, they watching me, they trying to see like how I'm gonna perform on competition day. But in my mind, I was like, bro, it don't even matter. Like they can see this right now, and I could be a totally different person on competition day. I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna be in the zone. So the person you seeing today is not the person you're gonna see on competition day. So it's just like they can think whatever they're gonna think. I had to let go of like the thoughts that other people would have of how I
Mhm.
look at a practice and think about competition, like getting ready for that competition. You know that practice was bad. My knee was hurting, my shin was hurting. Like I just wasn't like there. But I knew that I would be prepared come competition day and I was. I went in 12th. I went in 12th and I came out 6th. So if that don't speak, I don't know what does. Like
Sheesh.
I was ready, bro. I was gonna let nobody defeat me. I was like my main goal, yes, it was to get to nationals, but my goal was to be an All American. That was my goal, and
First team All American at that. You know what I'm saying? That's
that
different.
meant that I only needed to be top 8. But I went farther than that. I went 6. So and this is my first time going. I was like, okay, if you can do that, that mean you could potentially become a national champion if you really work hard. So I was like, all right, I have and I still kind of underestimate myself in terms of how tall I am, how big I am, how much I can stretch out over the bar. Like I still underestimate that a lot. And I think that the more I realize how much I can actually give and knowing like my own body in like comparison to the bar, like it's
Hmm.
helped me clear the higher heights that I used to clear at nationals. But I think that my top height to go for outdoor nationals is 5'10", and I think that is achievable because I mean I'm there. Like I'm like literally this I'm like literally this close to clearing 5'9". So I know if I can clear 5'9", and I mean if I had the video to show you what like when I cleared 5'8" or whatever, you can see how much I'm talking about how much space between the bar I had. And when I say I basically cleared 5'10" with that, if I can just hit that jump every single time, it's there. Like it's all within the mind. That's what I'm coming back to because I was at this level in high school.
Hmm.
So I'm not surprised at what I can do, but I think it's just me regaining that sense of who I was. Like, cause I was a beast in high school. Like, I feel like I kind of lost my way when I did go to my first college. The first college I went to was Bethune Cookman. So of the mindset of how I was being trained. Um, I had a person in front of me that was a very good high jumper, but she was also a power jumper, and I'm not a power jumper. So I felt like I was potentially being trained as a power jumper instead of what I actually am,
Hmm.
because the training is totally different for those two people because we don't jump alike. But I think that kind of shook my mindset, like having to feel like I had to be somebody else.
Hmm. Do
So
you motivated like in high school? You were motivated.
honestly, I was highly motivated to be very good at all the sports I did in high school. But I think that for me, the motivation for high jump came from having fun, and that's what I had to go back to start doing good again. I had to go back to seeing it as having fun because I've had people say things to me like, um, they could have got a better jumper than me, or they paid me this much to come here and do this.
Yeah, already knowing. So you feel like when you're actually competing or you're training, because I know there's like obviously times where it's like either there's a lot of, let's say, pressure, or there's like there's a lot of times where, like, let's say we used to have like 6 a.m. practices, and I wake up and be like, bro, I missed this practice. Like, I don't know what the heck, you know what I'm saying? So, what actually motivates you? Do you like to keep going forward? Did you see somebody else make it to the top and you knew that you could do it from there? Like, was your motivation an Olympian before? Was it like someone in your family? What do you feel like was that you were like, oh, this is possible?
Um, I would say I think my motivation definitely came from my family, mostly my aunt, because she was a very high caliber athlete as well, and she from the beginning when I first started sports, she instilled in me that if I'm gonna do something 100%, and that I'm not gonna give up. I mean, I not that I didn't give up on basketball, but I just felt like my path had changed, even though like I
Mm-hmm.
put so much time and effort and training into it. I think that my path changed, but um, with track, I think what motivated me mostly was knowing that even when I wasn't serious about it and I was just having fun with it, that I was good at it. Like it was something that I was naturally good at, and that I guess other people that I knew closely, um, being able to do it. Because actually, one of the girls that I followed who recently jumped, she was the national champion for outdoor, or is the national champion for outdoor. Was I think her name is Chineneg Agena, and she was actually at nationals. She actually has cleared 6 feet, and like even though been battling injuries and things like that, she still did really good. Um, so she definitely was a motivation for me to make it to this nationals. I was like, no matter what, if she could do it, I could do it. Even though she is a power jumper,
Yeah.
even though she's a power jumper too, I was like, I could still do it. Like, but I think it took knowing going back to knowing who I was, what I came from, how hard I trained, how hard I continue to train. And I mean, that's the mindset I'm going to have going into this next meet. I'm competing at Lee this week. So I'm hoping to, first of all, making sure to clear the height that I need to get into nationals. That's going to, rank me high on the list. And then secondly, to go ahead and clear 5'9", because the that's the next step. I want to get to 5'10", I have to go to 5'9". So, I mean, those baby steps is where it's at.
Or you just go straight to 5'10", honestly.
We're not doing that because that's how you mess around and miss nationals. That's what happened to me last year. No, we're not doing that.
Wait, so you think 5'9" is the like that's the cutoff usually?
No, 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 no. This year
Five
the
nine
cutoff.
is what you get, like you wanna do every inch, go by inch by inch.
Oh yes, I just want to do. I want to do a gradual progression so that I can get to 5'10". Because with that, instead of trying to like just throw it up there, I feel like I've done better with gradual progressions in heights instead of just trying to throw the bar up there. Because I feel like it messes up the rhythm kind of. Because you see that bar, it just look high all of a sudden. You just like, I'm really supposed to jump that. Like, is that even possible? But when you move the bar up inch by inch, you barely even realize how much higher it gets. It's almost like your eyes are playing tricks on you. So then you have to tell your brain, oh, it's only like the bar only moved up this much for real. And
Yeah.
that's nothing compared to how much space you get when you actually clear a bar. So you have to talk to your mind positively when you're going to take those things in. I like to mentally rehearse when I before I take a jump, and I think that's been helping me a lot lately. So just gonna keep doing that.
You giving game right now. What the heck? Because I remember I used to high jump. I'm not gonna talk about how high I jumped. It was high, but like not obviously college height. But you're right. Like when it goes up like 2 inches, it does look like so much. Like I remember I was trying to go from like 6'6" to 6'8", and I was like, oh yeah, not 8 feet, honestly. You really just gave some game. Somebody's gonna PR now because of that, literally.
Yeah, so you should never take a bar from. If you're somebody that's starting at 5 feet, you should be trying to go 5'1", 5'2", depending on what type of meet you're in. But once you get to where I am and you can control the bar, you can gradually move the bar wherever you want to. So I would say for like high jumpers that are starting at lower bars, um, to focus on form. essentially focus on your arm over the bar, but also work on getting your knee up to or higher than the bar. Because if you have more than half of your body over the bar, you're gonna clear it as long as your form is good.
You say your what over the bar? Your butt?
Half of your body,
Half your body?
at least if you can, huh?
Like, wouldn't that be your like butt area, like your waist?
I would say okay. So I would say like at least at least your waist, because if you have your at least your waist over the bar, as soon as you flip your head back and you get your feet underneath your butt, then you can continue to rotate around the bar. The goal is to rotate around the bar. Use your momentum to take you over the bar so that you can essentially just clear it. But
Yeah, it sounds so easy.
a lot of people no, but a lot of girls get messed up with thinking that, oh, for high jump, I just need to float across the bar. That's the biggest mistake you could ever make. You don't float across the bar. Because if you float across the bar, then you're gonna land all the way near the other standard, which you can potentially injure yourself. Instead of
Yeah.
high jump is literally what it sounds like. A high jump. You don't float across no bar. It's not float jump.
I know
Like
you see people floating. All the people floating, you gotta stop hurt yourself.
exactly.
What?
I seen a girl crack her head against a standard.
Oh no.
It
Oh
was
no.
bad. It was bad. So,
I jumped and I almost like jumped off the mat, like, but it's like, you got balance. Sometimes it happens. Um,
yeah.
what advice would you give your 16?
My 16-year-old self.
Yes. Any advice? It doesn't have to do with track, just life in general.
If I could go back and give my 16-year-old self advice, I would just say cut basketball and go do some AAU track, because I could have been at New Balance Nationals, man. Like, huh?
Yeah.
I was mad. I was mad when I found out I could have been at New Balance Nationals. But I did go to Georgia. I went to the Georgia Meet of Champions, which was really fun too. But
Yeah.
yeah, if I could go back and tell my 16-year-old self something, I would say to focus on track, because it's going to be where you really, do well, what you really love to do. It's very versatile in terms of events. Like, even if you don't enjoy the event you do anymore, track is so huge that you can find any other event that you would probably be good at. And that's definitely what I figured out. Like, I'm good at so many events, but the thing that comes in is time, effort, and also just consistency with practicing the events.